Everyone's calling this game amazing. That's cool. But here's what I don't like. Most people aren't actually telling you why. Because if you look at it closely, this game isn't doing anything new. And somehow, that's exactly why it works. So, without further ado, as the wise words of Gustav.
For those who come after.
So, what does it actually do then? It commits. And you feel that immediately in the combat. Instant, flashy, timed. That's the hook. Expedition 33 honors the player's time by keeping things snappy and its players awake during each encounter. Any type of skill requires the player to have a pulse. The same goes for dodging, parrying, and jumping. It is a system that rewards the player for being risky and punishes them for being lazy, which, let's be honest, is exactly what a lot of RPG players need. You mess up, that's on you. You play it safe, you're gonna feel it. We have been getting away with autopilot gameplay for way too long. Now, these mechanics aren't revolutionary, and that's the point. We didn't need something new. We needed something that actually commits to it. What makes this even more tantalizing is the sneaky little buggers they have plastered all across the maps, known as chromated Nevron. These F-words will have you shaking, crying, and ready to throw your controller at the screen if you decide to go toe-to-toe at the first encounter. They're like that little piece of cheese you know you shouldn't eat, but you do it anyway, and now you're suffering. With each fight having intricate timings for the perfect parry or jump sequence, combat is addictive. But the cherry on top is the Pictos that also augment your party's builds into whatever you want them to be. Lune, for example, was used as my fire AoE mage. Mael was the single target nuker. Combine that with CL as a hybrid healer and DPS, and don't go thinking this game outside of combat is a slog either. This is where most RPGs fall apart, but that doesn't happen here. The character of your choice runs like they missed the bus, and I respect it. No slow jogging across empty maps here, you are moving. Jumping can be a bit janky, but I appreciate the addition of verticality to areas most AAA developers would have left flat. Now the story, this is where I almost checked out, and I'm glad I didn't. You follow Expedition 33 on a mission to take down the Paintress, because once a year, she wipes people out like it's just part of the calendar. They call it a gommage, which is a nice way of saying rest in peace to the squad. And right off the bat, the game sets that tone. It's not messing around. But here's the thing. You think you know where this is going. You don't. Now, I'm not going to put it in a bottle and feed it to you, but I will say this. The moment you stop trying to predict it is when it really starts working. Not everything needs to be some 80-hour, overly complicated mess full of twists on top of twists. This works because it keeps things clean, focused, and then hits you with just enough to make it stick. It knows exactly how much story it needs, and more importantly, when to stop. Moving on to the presentation though, and wow, Verso is a beautiful man, isn't he? Okay, bad joke, I get it. But the world is heavily detailed with these arrays of different colors, almost like they are paintings, but in real life. From the colorful and random environments to the small cast of characters and their weapon trails in combat, it is a good looking game. Modern games chase realism. This game chose style, and that's why it'll age better. That is why this works. It actually looks like something, and that soundtrack alone is just phenomenal. And if you're thinking this is a one and done game, it's not. I approached the end game with some side content done here and there at around 26 hours, and yes, I was taking my time. But the end game is also a trap, as you have access to the literal world at your fingertips. At the time of this video, my playtime is currently up to 36 hours, and there is still plenty more for me to do if desired. Remember that chromated Nevron that humbled you earlier? Yeah, he's still there, waiting. Missed out on a bathing suit? It's time to get it. The more you put into the side content, the more it keeps giving. If I had to say one thing about this title, it's that the side content was treated like a main course, and it's appreciated. I mean, who knew people paid attention to quality? Now, when you zip it all up into one package, and at an affordable price, it's no wonder hearing the title of this game back in 2025 was enough to make you sick. I'd take 20 hours of something great over 90 hours of filler any day, and this game gets that. It knows what it is, and more importantly, it knows when to stop. This title isn't trying to make RPGs great again. It's just here to remind you why you like them in the first place.